want to turn now to the UN climate report, calling on the world to move away from fossil fuels as soon as possible. Some Americans want to do that by moving investments away from polluting industries. But what's the best way to start? Our ABC's Elizabeth Schulze on what you need to know if you want to divest.
For many retirees, like 67-year-old Cynthia Meyer, investment decisions are about more than making a profit.
I'm concerned about my grandchildren and the future of the planet, so setting an example was really important to me.
When she recently sold her home, the Virginia-based grandmother decided to put her cash into fossil fuel-free retirement accounts.
It's never too late to make these changes, and it's something that's been in the back of my mind.
She turned to Roberta Keller, the founder of a female-led wealth management firm focused on environmental, social, and governance, or ESG, investing.
Why is it important for people to look at where their money is invested when they're thinking about the environment?
Money talks. It's fantastic to go to the farmer's market, and it's fantastic to buy your groceries and put them in a canvas bag, but your investments are often the biggest contributor to corporate policy.
A recent Gallup poll found 48% of Americans are interested in sustainable investing, but many don't know where to start.
It does not have to be extremely complicated and overwhelming.
Keller says the first step to decarbonizing your portfolio is talking to your financial advisor. Find out where your investments are and start small.
A little bit can go a very long way. It does not need to be completely changing your investment approach all at once.
Next, beware of greenwashing. Experts warn some funds claim they're environmentally friendly, but actually invest in industries like oil and gas. Websites like fossilfreefunds.org can help you screen your company's specific 401k or retirement accounts to find their exact holdings.
Most of the assets that are out there in a traditional ETF or mutual fund have fossil fuel holdings.
Ivan Frischberg is the Chief Sustainability Officer at Amalgamated Bank, one of a handful of banks that's committed not to lend money to the fossil fuel industry. For investors looking to decarbonize their assets, he says it's important to look at your bank where your money is held too.
Anywhere from 5 to 8% of all the lending that these big banks do is going into this energy sector.
5 to 8% of the lending from big banks in the U.S. going to oil and gas companies.
That's right. And so that means it's sort of like 5 to 8% of your money
is going to fund oil and gas companies, even if you don't know it.
Yep.
A new study from several environmental groups found the world's biggest banks provided $742 billion in financing to the fossil fuel industry in 2021. The number has hardly budged in recent years, even as banks have pledged to be more environmentally friendly.
So the money is still flowing from some of those big banks into these carbon-emitting sectors.
100%.
Finally, Frischberg says you shouldn't have to make a choice between returns on your investments and your values.
My wife and I started 2 529s for our kids at the same time, and she chose the regular one and I chose the ESG one, and a year later she came back and was like, "Oh, you beat me."
Cynthia Meyer says divesting from fossil fuels has been a win for her finances and her conscience.
And when you go and check your financial accounts now, do you feel better about it when you look at it on the screen?
You know, I do feel better about it when I look at it, and I feel good talking about it to my kids, and I feel as if it can make a long-term change.
Elizabeth Schulze, ABC News, Washington.
And a big thanks to our Elizabeth Schulze, as always, for that report.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.